Hey everyone, this is Jew. Today we're going to talk about war bases and a little bit of design technique and what's important and what's not. So let's get started. First I'm going to draw a lovely wall so that we can see at the top. I'm going to put what's not important. Not important. Lab. All your army camps. Gold storages. Gold collectors. Elixir storage and collectors. Army camps. Where'd we go? Builder huts. Spell factory. Dark elixir storage. Dark elixir drill. Dark barracks. All of these are completely unimportant when thinking about war bases. In war bases, what is important is walls, your clan castle, your heroes, obviously your town hall, and your defenses. Any resources that are stolen from you during war don't actually come from your resources. The game just magically generates them, so you don't lose anything. So let's talk about strategy and placement a little bit. Right dead center in the middle of your war base, you want your town hall. You want to take your clan castle, plop that down right next to it, and you're going to want your heroes. If you can buy heroes and you haven't bought them yet, you're really missing out. You need to get them as soon as possible. They're amazing. They're the best. So, next we're going to start throwing down some walls. I'm not really going to be too detailed about how all to do your war base, because it's kind of a little bit of preference, but also it depends on what your town hall level is and that kind of stuff. So it'll be a little bit general today. So right around this inner ring, the things that are important are getting your long-range stuff farthest away from their spawn points. This is because you want as much stuff under fire all at once as possible. So we're going to take, don't want that. So we're going to take the stuff that has the longest range, that can cover the most area, and put it right in the middle. I like to keep my my X-bows only doing ground. That's personal preference. However you guys want to set up your own defenses, that's cool. So we've got our longest range things right there in the middle. The next thing I'm going to recommend is put your air defenses in the middle. And that is because air defenses are a complete game changer. If someone's coming at you with a bunch of dragons and they can knock out your air defenses easily or on the perimeter, then you're not going to stand. You're going to die. That's not going to help you at all. So what you're left with after that, we'll just toss out some walls in here. And as I said, these are things that you'll want to tweak later on. They're not perfect. Dun, 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 dun. One thing that I see a lot of new players do is try to protect their collectors. This is a terrible idea, especially in war. Your collectors mean nothing, and in war, even your storages mean nothing. It's not worthwhile to try to save them, because you don't lose anything by letting them get hit. The trick is to keep your perimeter tight around your defenses so that they can't just easily walk in. So after you do this, the defenses that you have left are going to be your Teslas, your archer towers, your cannons, and your wizard towers. So those are the 4 types that you're going to have left. If you're a really low level, then you may not have your wizard towers left. Wizard towers are splash damage. I like to keep them kind of at my corners, just to kind of give a general thing. Splash damage will wipe out entire hordes of archers, goblins, barbarians. All the tier 1 troops just fall like everything. They just die. So wizard towers are great. I like to keep them at my corners. then generally I try to take the rest of them and just alternate them so that I've got one that can attack air and one that can't, back and forth more or less all the way around the base. And once again, your specific level is going to come into play here and determine what you're able to do with, how many of each thing you have. So I'm not going to spend the time to really get this in nicely, but you'll get the general idea. Here we go, and I would probably put a Tesla like around here somewhere, and around there, and then I'll probably just put one up here at the top, one down here at the bottom. And then we've got an extra cannon, so maybe that'll actually be a better fit, right? In there. Okay, so obviously you'd come in and throw some more walls around these guys. Bring this Tesla, maybe throw it right there, something like that. I like to keep my bases symmetrical as much as possible because it doesn't show any weakness. So something to be considerate of here. It's a strategy called kiting, K-I-T-E-I-N-G, like you're flying a kite. And the idea is you pull something on a string and lead it out somewhere it doesn't want to be. As you can see, I've selected my clan castle, and it shows the radius where my guys will jump out of the clan castle and go to attack. We want that radius completely covered by areas that they cannot spawn in and can't easily get to. So, the reason being, if they can come in and get my clan castle to jump out, then they can easily pull my clan castle troops off to one side, hit them with a lightning spell, or surround them with archers, and they're all going to die. So, after we've gotten all our... I'll show you an example of that here in a bit. After we've got all our defenses out, and you're going to obviously take some time to put in walls, you just basically take these and you make a little perimeter all the way around your base. And you want to keep this as close to the walls as you can, with as much coverage as possible. And you're just going to kind of create a little buffer zone between where they can spawn and where they want to get to, so that they have to walk through and get hit a lot. Now, all on the bottom right, you'll see I've got all my my point defenses, my bombs, my giant bombs, my spring traps, air mines, seeking air mines. You want to kind of space those out evenly, try to predict where the guys are going to come from, and place them there. Like on my base, I can see up here at the top, it's a little bit farther from my air defenses, so I'm more likely to take these guys and just plop them up here, because they're more likely to come in around here. And then maybe I'll put a giant bomb down here. I don't know. Not a really big deal. So those are the main important things. It's keep your important stuff in the middle. Your unimportant stuff, just make sure you don't bother protecting your storages. It doesn't hurt you for them to kill your storages, and it's actually a waste of space. And inside your walls here, you want to keep it tight. Obviously you're going to want to put these point defenses in my bottom right. You're going to want to put them inside those walls at some places, so you can leave a little space in for that, but what you don't want is huge gaps. So if you think about how a giant is going to walk through here, he's going to try to walk through, and if he sees that empty gap, he's going to try to walk across. And that spring trap right there, he's going to try to walk right through, and he's going to stand on that spring trap, and it's going to shoot 3 giants off into the sunset, which is better than any of your defensive buildings can do in a single shot, is to take that out. So this is what my base looks like on a normal day. This isn't my war base, but I can show you my war base here in a little bit. And as you can see, I'm defending my storages, but all my collectors are around the perimeter. In your normal base, you do want to obviously defend your storages, but your collectors are still not worth defending. It takes up too much space and makes your base too spread out and too weak. As you can see in mine, every single collector that I have is within range of my, or not collector, but every single storage I have is within range of this Expo and this Expo. Every single one of them is within that circle, so that's fantastic. So we just had a war that ended, so let's go ahead and we will show you. So here's one of my attacks, right? And we'll watch here in the bottom right. Here is me, and I'm dropping one little giant to draw out all of their clan castle troops. This is an example of kiting, and if his clan castle had been in the middle, I would not have been able to do this. Lightning spell, boom, everything dies, and I can just walk in with my giants, okay? So this is one lesson learned. And I'll fast forward this thing, and as you can watch here, because he didn't segment his base, I'm able to just like waltz through, not a problem. My archer queen's up there just devastating his town hall because it was off in the corner. And you'll see my archers there on the right are coming in, and they're just going to be able to walk through easily because there's nothing really holding them back. Okay? So you don't need to watch all the rest of this. I get 100% super quick. So I'm going to show you my war base right here. So as you can see, all of my storages are out on the outside, all of my collectors are on the outside. The stuff that is inside is all of my defensive buildings, and there is no extra room in there. Now in the corners by those, in the bottom corners by those cannons, you can see that there's it's going to appear to be a little bit of a gap when someone's attacking, but that's because my Teslas are there and I've got bombs in there, so that's fine. So that's all I have to say about war bases. Good luck, good rating, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.